Hey guys, it's Luke. Almost 3 years ago, I maxed my main and moved over to old school. But now, I'm back. And this time, we're taking it up a notch. No trading, no GE, and no MTX. This is Runescape Ironman. The Gate of Elidnis. RuneScape's second skilling boss was added back on the 16th of September and brought some new drops into the game that seem to have a mixed reception among the high-level community. But honestly, for any mid-game or Ironman, these are almost all amazing. But we'll talk specific drops later, as there's quite a few quests we gotta knock out before even unlocking the boss, including the entire Vorkath storyline and that boss fight itself. So let's get to it. I'm gonna keep saying it, but that Porter event came at such a perfect time for this account. This quest has an 86 archaeology requirement, which we were just able to blow past. Speaking of, that's gonna be Tomes of the Warlock completed. No levels, but a good chunk of XP there. Back early on in this account, I had already completed the fort story up to Ancient Awakening, so next up is just gonna be Battle of Fenry, which is gonna have us actually taking on Vorkath himself, which I've actually never done because it was added while I wasn't playing RS3, but I have heard horrible things about it. Very nervous I'm not going to be able to do this. Alright, struggling a bit with the prep phase alone. Maybe shouldn't have brought magic gear here, but too late for that. Okay, not bad so far. Going through a lot of food though. I haven't really looked up any guides yet. I'm just going to see if I can do this totally blind. Okay, yep, there's an insta-kill mechanic. Should have seen that one coming. Pretty sure I just got to use the ballista when he's flying instead of just every time it's up. But this should be doable. Nice, that Zemarigal down and Vorkath slain. Good shit. Hell yeah, quest complete. Moving right on though to Requiem for a Dragon. Not as action-packed as the previous, actually kind of depressing. Still an incredibly well-written quest though, and I really love what they did with Vorkath in this game. Some pretty notable rewards from this one actually. You get Zergoth's Ring, which can later be upgraded to a really good Necromancy Ring, and we now have access to the Ungale Ritual Site for any future Necromancy training. I'll go over like what the exact differences are when it's relevant though. And finally, the quest that actually unlocks the new boss, Ode to the Devourer. This is just the story version of the boss fight, but I'm pretty sure I already got the hang of it. It seems pretty simple. Quest complete. Actually gonna get a crafting and agility level from this. Okay, first real attempt here. I did look up a little bit on what gear I should be bringing. Just basically the mining outfit and a shield. But let's see how this goes. Okay, first death 2 apparently. 1KC, let's go. You know what, actually, let's not loot yet. I'll let it build up for a little bit first. Oh, there's a 311, improved by 47 seconds. That was actually my first one cycle kill. I ended up looking Evil Lucario's guide, which I don't know how relevant it's going to be by the time this video comes out, but it's good enough for me. I obviously had to make some slight adjustments to it considering my gear and not wanting to use as much of good food like sharks. I'm just trying to use my Desert Soul. Alright, gonna call the first trip there. Only 5 kills or so, many deaths just trying to figure out exactly how the boss works. But 2 mil is not bad at all. The Moonstone Dust, manuscripts, my first source of cannonballs even, nice. All pretty good stuff. Here's something that happened to me more times than I would like to admit, and that's simply forgetting to fill up on adrenaline before coming into the arena. I'll get halfway through the kill, realize I can't barricade, and have to tally last second. Or die. Very frustrating. This is some insane div XP, by the way. Level 84 coming in. Ooh, nice. 310, another PB. Alrighty, here's another 9KC or so in this chest. Nothing too special, just more of the same. Here's 89 Herblore from Big Jack. Ooh, nice. Another PB by a tick there. Doubt I'm gonna get much faster than that. Oh, what? Oh, fuck. I thought that was something good for half a second, but it was just a lore book. Why is that a collection log pop-up? Okay, now that we're a decent way into this, let's talk drops. There is a 1 in 120 chance to hit the unique drop table consisting of 4 main items, therefore making going for a specific unique about 1 in 480. First up, the Runic Attuner. This is a rune crafting offhand that has gotten a pretty mixed reception. To put it simply, it gives you a slight boost of rune crafting XP by making you go to a very specific rune altar of its choosing. But from what I've seen, it's so random that it can even be less XP an hour at times. And since my plan is to just do blood runes or soul runes if I want to go for 99 anyway, I'm gonna put this in D tier for now. Hopefully it gets buffed in the future. Next up, the Scripture of Elidnis, a skilling godbook that acts pretty similar to Saren Spirits, but instead of random items, it gives you a ton of bonus XP. While not the best if you're AFK, any actively trained skills, this is going to be a huge boost. I honestly haven't seen much people talk about this, but I'm going to put it in B tier. It just, from what I've seen, I really want it. This next one might be surprising to a lot of you, but I'm going to put the Eclipse Soul Prayer up in A tier. For an account in my state that doesn't have access to Soul Split, nor do I have the prayer XP banked to get there, it's going to be my best in slot prayer until level 92. And finally, the Holy Grail, the Memory Dowser. Obviously S tier. This thing makes gathering div energy insanely AFK and way more efficient. I have big combat plans after this grind, so the sooner I get this, the better. Alrighty, that's 25 KC. Let's go ahead and check on our loot. God, as much as I would love to just stack this up until I get a drop or for hundreds of KC, I really need this money so bad. Whoa, 70 agility. Gotta say, did not expect to get any agility levels here. 77 engineering from my daily, and that's the highest level needed for Quest Cape. Nice to get that out of the way. Oh, fuck. Again, baited. Okay, there's the offering. I didn't mention this drop because in its current state, it's pretty useless. It upgrades the amulet you get from the quest and destroys any items you craft or fletch for like a 10% XP boost. Absolutely not worth it, especially on an iron. By the way, here's the loot from that hour-ish. Side note, turns out the gate is insane for crafting XP. Even at my stage of the account, I can get up to 200 to 300k crafting XP an hour, and it's just as AFK as harps in my opinion. Also got the crafting pet. Sorry, not sorry. Finally getting back to my caches. Been avoiding them for weeks now, but that's 85 divination, which will actually make future caches way faster. Alright, let's take a little small break from the gate, pivot, and do some quests. You know, back in episode 1, I did mention Questcape as one of the main goals on the account, and don't worry, I didn't forget about that. And don't worry, I didn't forget about that 3-step plan from a few episodes ago. I'll touch on that here in a sec. But first, let's tackle one small favor. A pretty iconic quest, and for fun, let's go ahead and see how fast we can do it. Starting the clock now, I'm hoping for under 40 minutes. Alright, at the halfway point here, around 17 minutes, just gotta do all the backtracking. Alright, turning in the quest now. Sweet. Stop the timer. 32 minutes. Not bad at all, actually. Alrighty, on a real note here, I could make this entire video just looting the gate for 100 hours, but that's kind of boring. So instead, I'm going to multitask and work on that third goal I mentioned a while back. If it wasn't obvious, that's going to be unlocking the city of Prianos, which actually I'm not far off at this point. Done a pretty good job at keeping all my skills in check. Only missing 3, which are level 75 summoning, agility, and prayer. Summoning is going to be pretty free, albeit expensive. The charms and most of the secondaries are already sitting in my bank. Agility though is going to come at a price, that being my mental sanity. I wholeheartedly with all my being cannot stand this skill. I will bank stand, runecraft, I do not care. Agility is so mind-numbing to me that these 5 levels are going to be rough. Finally, prayer. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have a plan for that right now, but we'll tackle that when we get there. Let's just start with summoning. Starting here with level 60, I'm gonna be using red charms, make some pyrofiends for a little bit, see how that goes. Scratch that, moving on to bloated leeches since I already have all the raw beef banked. 65, 70. From level 60 to 70 took just about an hour, about 5 more levels to go. Alright, man, this account's pet luck is ridiculous. I think I've gotten at least 1 pet for the last 3 or 4 episodes in a row now. And finally, level 75 summoning. That whole process took about an hour and a half. Now on to agility. Yay! No, I just got 1 level here at the head course. I'm done for the night. I'll continue this another day. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. It's my goal to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Good morning, folks. It is a beautiful day, especially now that I'm 92 farming and I can start raising my dragons. Plan for today is to do a little bit of gate and a ton of questing. God damn it, forgot adrenaline again. That's happened to me so many times now. Hey, there's 50 KC. And here's another loot. All right, time to work towards Prif, starting with Regicide. Gotta go all the way through the underground pass again. There's the Tyranwin lodestone, and quest complete. Luckily, a lot of the quests I have lined up reward agility XP, so I'm gonna get those out of the way first to avoid as many laps as possible. Spirits of Elid complete. Doing a little bit of fletching while waiting on the flowers for Garden of Tranquility. See, I can be efficient sometimes. And that's level 79. While I'm in the questing mood, let's finish RFD since it's been sitting like 90% done for weeks now. There's ceramic vars freed, and the final boss is defeated. We can now get Barrow's gloves, woohoo! Here's another dice from May. A solid mill and a fortunate. Yeah, I know a thing or two about squirking. Oh fuck. Missing my mummy, contact, 60 thieving, and dealing with the scarabs complete. Good afternoon, everyone. So I know that big questing grind, I just started that yesterday, but today the Halloween event dropped and we have the new Halloween area, which just looks incredible, I might add. Just insane job by the JMods on this one, which means this is where all my AFK time's gonna go. I've been mostly doing the archaeology spot just because it's 100% AFK. I did do a little bit of testing. I'm not gonna like explain it all since by the time you see this, I'm pretty sure this event will be long gone. But mainly I've been over here doing the archaeology spot, just like I said, because it's truly AFK. You can just AFK the full 15 minutes. And handing in the contributions for the tokens. I'm up to 65,000, which seems like a lot, but in reality, if I do want nearly everything from the shop, it's going to be several 100,000, if not a million tokens. Like, this is the newest stuff. This is all fairly cheap. This one you don't really have to worry about unless you want all the uniforms. They're pretty identical. Overhead emotes, I believe they started these in like the hero pass and all that. These are honestly pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of how League does their emotes. They really should be keybindable though. I do want to add that. You have to go to the emote tab down here, and I don't have any unlocked, but it would be down here. Actually it's right here. It's a different tab. So you have to bring it up down here and then do something like that. Which is cool, but no one uses it because, like, why would you? Anyway though, I'm gonna try to get as many of the ones that I want as possible. Things like maybe like the gravestone, the older overheads. A lot of it I can buy now probably. Maybe some of the titles, pets. Just for future completionist sake. I haven't done the quest yet, so I haven't done the maze, which you like go through the maze, fight a boss, get some rewards. I haven't done that yet because you should do the quest first. I believe you have to do the quest first. But anyway, the reason I'm recording right now is because the archaeology spot does actually give you tomes and tetra pieces. So I built up quite a few tomes today. And we can go ahead. Study. It'll only be 1 or 2. And we have 98 archaeology. Pretty cool. One off the big 99, just over 1 million XP to go. Which is funny because when I finished the order buff, I was at 97 and assumed that's where I would stop for the foreseeable future. I had no idea archaeology was going to be a trainable thing here during this event. And one more thing I want to do, so it's been about 8 hours of AFK in this one. I'm going to hand in these clan confections. Apparently I can't do that yet because I haven't done the quest. I want to hand in these prayer bone pieces. These are actually for prayer XP, and you just get these remains, you search them, and just fill your inventory with like a archaeology collection you turn in for prayer XP. And my bank is full. But I'm gonna identify them all, hand them in. It should be a ton of prayer XP. Okay, that's all of them open. Let's turn them in. So each set, I believe, is going to give me some tokens. Yeah, 1,000 tokens and 12k prayer XP. That's ridiculous. Like, I wish I had an XP tracker on so I could see how ridiculous this is. Should easily put me over 75 prayer, which is the minimum goal. There's 74. Oh, I really should turn on an XP tracker. There's 75. Wow, this is crazy fast. And there's Plague's End. And the Eclipsal Prayer, if we manage to snipe that from the gate. That means we're truly one skill off now. And that is Agility, which I'm going to keep doing the quest for. Trust me, I'm not grinding Agility. And that put me up to 85,000 from 71 to over 75 prayer. Just ridiculous. Back to the real questing now, and Crocodile Tears is completed for 83 woodcutting and 81 hunter. Did my first goodie bag opening from the event and managed to pull both Soul Surge and Soul Dive. I'll take it. Alrighty, here we go. Time for the first 99 on the iron. There's the cape, and I actually really like how this one looks untrimmed. I'm definitely going to keepsake it. Just finished another hour at the gate. No uniques, but I am trying to do it whenever my mining ore is up so I don't burn out too quick. But another 5 mil, can't really complain. Here's something I've really been slacking on, invention machines. Got the two most important ones built, being the disassembler and the alker. Hey, would you look at that? This account is already worth $500 million. That's really cool, actually. This might come as a little bit of surprise, but I've just been restocking my potions for when I inevitably go back to PVM. And that's 90 herb lore right there. Oh, and guess what? That's ports unlocked via herb lore. Yeah, I don't know anyone else that does that. Unless you're stupid like me. Might as well go get the ports tutorial done while we're here. Don't expect any real updates on this. I don't really plan on ever comping, so I'm not going to stay too active on this, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it a little bit. Invention machines coming in handy. Out some of the drops from the gate overnight and nearly doubled my cash stack. Slowly chipping away at the prereqs for Prif. That is Catapult Construction done. Please don't yell at me, fellow irons. I am using my Jack of Trades on Agility. Ooh, level 74. 93 farming. Also, first Harvest of the Dragons. Look at those 100k XP drops. Oh my god, that's so sick. I got like 5 more of them to check too. Holy shit, it's actually gonna happen. 93 and 94 farming in the same day. Doing another hour of gate, and I can't believe I never noticed this, but a chest does in fact spawn in the arena. I was under the impression I had to leave and loot outside every time. 86 div. Alright, nothing from that hour of the gate, but it's time to really put my head down and get Prif unlocked. Starting with Roving Elves. Don't think it really matters in this game, but I went ahead and chose the Crystal Bow for the hell of it. That's Morning's End Part 1, which I think is going to give me a thieving level. Yep, 63. Time for Part 2. Okay, that took an entire hour, but I made it through the maze. Unfortunately, that's only half the battle. Now I gotta collect every single item on this list and bring it back here. Jesus, finally, that's the last of it. Even as someone who loves quests, a 2-hour puzzle / fetch quest doesn't make me happy. Decided to take a little more advantage of this event during my AFK time and just get a little more prayer XP. Got all the way to 82. Also, did not know I had prayer brawlers in the bank. They are insane for this. Back to questing though, to complete Within the Light. If you haven't noticed, most of these quests have given me agility XP. Just gonna have to finish the last couple thousand XP normally. Psych! Turns out I had an agility daily. That's actually going to be level 75 and all the Plague's End requirements done. Back here in Lecha, I got all the items ready. Let's get this done. And after a very long boss fight that I barely had enough food to finish, That's quest complete and the city of Prif unlocked. But why exactly is this city so important, you might ask? Well, most of you likely already know, but I could be here for an hour talking about all the benefits. So I think it's better we just discuss that as they come up. Wow, we got a lot done today. Over 50 kill count at the gate, no major drops as of yet, but we are nowhere near done here. We also got our invention machines made and did a ton of questing. Now up to 273 quest points, and Prif is officially unlocked, making that 3-step plan from way back in episode 7 finally complete. And while we're obviously going to be doing more Gate next time, I think it's time we step back into some real PVM and make some serious upgrades.